this as a kid.
Anthony's bedroom, a place where a true gamer lives. What a sad life. Today, Anthony is going to hit a YouTube channel milestone. How will he react to that? Let's find out.
Oh shit, that's awesome. I should probably do something special though. Yeah, this works.
2 hours later.
Before I get into this video, I just want to say thank you. I know 200 subs isn't much, especially for like YouTube standards or whatever, but at the same time, I really appreciate you guys for subscribing, liking my videos, commenting on any suggestions on whether my videos are good, videos are crap, so on and so forth, you know, joining my Discord server and all that wonderful stuff. So yeah, I wholeheartedly thank you for sticking around with me. That being said, I've been asked to review a bunch of SpongeBob games over the years, just because my name is associated to a single joke from SpongeBob that's still known to this day.
I Wumbo, you Wumbo, he, she, me, Wumbo.
Like, I thought it'd be funny to be known as Wumbo online. You know, I thought up this name in about like maybe 5 seconds or something stupid like that, and I'm surprised it's kind of stuck ever since, you know? So today we're going to be looking at not only one of the first SpongeBob games I've ever played, but probably one of the first platformers I've ever played. That being said though, what's been said about SpongeBob that hasn't been said already? The show is well beloved for its absurdity, its comedy, and well, how well it still works 20 plus years later. At least the early seasons. I haven't watched any of the newer stuff. That being said, holy crap, this show is still going? I know the show went downhill after Steven Hillenburg, SpongeBob's creator, left after the first movie, and now they're working on some sort of spin-off or some shit like that. Look, I know the entertainment industry is ran by money, but please, just let SpongeBob die. Oh yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, I was a huge fan of SpongeBob growing up, especially with the first few seasons, and even seeing the first movie in theaters. I'm so sorry to my grandfather who took me to see that movie in theaters. He probably didn't understand what the hell was going on. Anyways, I definitely played some of the SpongeBob games growing up as well. The first one being this one right here, SuperSponge. This happens to be the first console SpongeBob game as well. I remember playing through the first few levels over and over again because I didn't have a PS1 memory card, so I couldn't move on to the later levels of the game. That's probably because I was like 4 or 5 playing through this game. So I haven't played this game in like 17 years? Jesus Christ. God, I'm old. That being said though, I'm not going to let nostalgia blind me from criticizing something, so let's begin. The game first starts up with a little FMV opening showing off the show. This looks compressed, but I mean, it's a PS1 in 2001? Why does SpongeBob look so chunky? What the hell's going on here? So this game was made for both the PS1 and the Game Boy Advance, which explains why the game looks like this. This game was made by Climax Studios, who's known for making a lot, and I mean a lot, of licensed crap, and some of the ATV games. Virtually every kid I knew at least had one of these games growing up. Alright, back to the game. So Patrick's birthday is coming up, and SpongeBob wants to get Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's autograph as a birthday gift to him. So instead of just giving it to him, they make SpongeBob go around Bikini Bottom doing their errands.
Have you finished those errands?
And he does. He makes a sandwich, gets some bathroom stuff, goes back in time to get some clothes? The fuck? And then SpongeBob fixes the old guy's TV, gets the autograph, and leaves. When the TV breaks again. Which, I mean, that makes sense. Why would you use an oil canister to fix a TV? And then they're at Patrick's birthday at the end of it. I guess they don't hold a grudge. And that's pretty much it for the plot. I wasn't expecting much, to be honest with you, but at least they got the voice cast of the show to make an appearance. With the exception of Mr. Krabs. I mean, why couldn't they get Clancy Brown for some reason? He also doesn't show up for a battle for the Bikini Bottom. Weird. But the game still has its charm from the show. It's always nice to have a game make me laugh when it's meant to be funny. Alright, so what exactly do you do in this game? Well, if you haven't noticed already, this game is a 2.5D platformer. Going left and right killing enemies, collecting golden spatulas, and getting an item at the end of each stage. It's a pretty simple and run-of-the-mill game for kids, but a safe and fundamentally functional game as well. SpongeBob has a few ways of attacking. You have this butt bounce, which I thought you had to hit down and jump at the same time to use, but I later learned you just hit the X button twice instead, which sounds like a good idea, but when you're doing that over at Bottomless Pit, you go down like a rock. Funny enough though, it's the most reliable attack, but it's not the best idea with these controls, which, oh god, the controls. SpongeBob is very precise when it comes to moving. It's hard to describe, so just let me explain here. He holds no momentum when he's moving or jumping, so when you let go of the analog stick, he just stops, making jumping over bottomless pits very nerve-wracking, especially when it comes to moving platforms. It's weird, and I got used to it, but it's certainly not the best way of going around with these controls. I like to have at least a little momentum when you're moving. Also, this game has fucking knockback. I hate knockback. I mean, it's not the worst and you don't go far, but when you're near bottomless pits, you're gonna fall. And it doesn't help when the game has a limited amount of lives. At the same time, when you lose all your lives, you go back to the main menu if you saved and reload your save. I didn't really do this as a kid since I didn't have a memory card, so that's why I played all the levels over and over and over again.
I thought this was good as a kid? God, I'm stupid.
Other ways you can defend yourself is with this jellyfish net, where you can launch jellyfish. But at the same time, it has an arc and it lands on the dang floor all the time, so it makes this weapon situational at best. Then you have the Reef Blower.
Which blows.
Okay, seriously, this thing sucks. Where the fuck did I write that? God damn. Okay, so first off, you only launch one thing at a time, using it either as a weapon to kill something or to break down these very particular walls. You move like you're on ice when you're using it, and you're heavier when you're jumping, so you don't really go that high. You can only launch shit when you're at a standstill as well. Yeah, I don't use this thing unless I have to break a certain wall. This thing is pretty much useless. The karate gloves and the jellyfish launcher are pretty much the best weapons in the game. It's good to have a short range attack that's actually accurate and a long range attack, which is nice. Only problem is that they either don't last long or they run out of ammo in the gun's case. I know in the GBA games the karate gloves were your main attacks, so why not the same for the PS1 game? You can see why the butt bounce is the best attack given that you can use it at any time. Just be mindful of where you use it. You also collect these gold spatulas throughout the level. If you collect 100 of them, you go into this bonus level where it's like a carnival or something like that, and you're buying Patrick stuff for his birthday. I didn't do this considering that if you just get hit once, you lose all of your spatulas, like Sonic with his rings. But unlike Sonic, there's not enough spatulas where you can make that many mistakes in a level. Basically, you have to do a near perfect run to get into this bonus level, and you don't have like a shield or an invincibility power up either. Also, these party favors don't change the ending outside of the way it looks. That's, pretty lame. The level design for the most part is simple, going left to right with your normal undersea creatures roaming about. But there are some levels where it feels like it's a maze, like this level here, where I'm going from left to right but also down, and this part looks like it has a bunch of dead ends. And you have to have the Reef Blower to take down one wall in particular, so the only way to progress is to have the fucking thing with you. This part sucks, and having a bunch of enemies spam near bottomless pits doesn't help as well. Also, in later levels, you have arrows pointing in the direction where you need to go.
Yeah, that helps and all, but you know it'd be better making the levels a little bit less cryptic. I mean, everything looks the same here.
It doesn't help that you can't see far ahead, and given the game's camera's way too close to SpongeBob. So there's going to be a lot of enemies coming out of nowhere and jumps where you can't see where you're going to land on. That's just cheap. Although you can move the camera up and down, which helps, but it only goes so far. Okay, so for once, let's talk about the game's sound design. Now, I don't usually cover this in the game. That's more Mandalore Gaming's job when it comes to reviewing something. Check out his channel, it's really good stuff. This game is very, very, very loud. Like when you lose all your spatulas, you get this beeping noise that won't stop until you get more. Add that with pretty much every enemy making a harsh noise, and you get this.
That's what turning the volume down is for.
The sound effects are annoying, but the music, when I can hear it, fits the SpongeBob universe pretty well. Some other times, though, it sounds like
freeform jazz.
No, seriously, it kind of sounds like that. And I don't mind it, it works well for this game. I just know I won't remember any songs from this game, outside of the songs from the show. Graphically, like I mentioned, the character models look very chunky, but this game does have some 3D assets, but they do stand out like a sore thumb sometimes. It's hard to tell where you can and can't jump on sometimes. Last thing I want to talk about is the boss battles. Yeah, this game has some, and they're nothing to write home about, aside from the Flying Dutchman, where he says the same thing over and over and over again.
I am I'm going to steal your soul. I am the Flying Dutchman.
Overall, this game at its core is a run-of-the-mill platformer which is functional just with the precise controls and makes this game a tough sell to play this game now. Yeah, you have the voice acting and the music that makes it feel like a lost episode of the show, but add on the bullshit that I mentioned with the knockback, the level design, the overall noisiness of the game, the situational or pretty much useless power-ups, and then there's the game's length. Oh yeah, this game is 2 hours long.
I mean, I spent $5 on this, so this wasn't really that big of a loss to me.
But seriously, I can't imagine spending full price on this. Although, I can only think of kids who bought this back in the day and spent full price on this and beat it in 2 hours. I think they would be pissed. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this game. It's nice to see where I started with games, and it's nice to see where SpongeBob's first console game was, but both SpongeBob and I have moved on to better things.
That was disappointing. Just like my childhood.
Boo! You stink!
But to be honest, it was nice to go back to playing one of the first ever platformers I've ever played. It's nice to own that as an adult now, but it still doesn't break the fact that it's licensed crap. Hopefully next time when we get the SpongeBob, it'll be just a little bit better. Fuck, I don't even own that game and I know it's bad. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a little like, comment on any games you want me to review, join the Discord server if you want to join an episode of Wumbo Watches. We're going to be doing one of those soon. And of course, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and have a good night.